Okay, I just realized we weren't actually live. That's so funny. We should be live now.
Hello, hello.
Bum, bum. Oh, yeah, there I am. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so we are live. We are live. Okay. Yeah, I'm making this thumbnail for our stream. Because currently I'm using Ethan from Exion Vault's thumbnail. At least I thought Ethan wrote it. It could have been someone else. It looked like it may have been written by someone named Cloud. But anyways. Team! This looks just so horrible. This looks horrible. I kind of like this. This thing kind of goes hard. Just this image. I might just use this image. Where's settings? Can I not edit my stream on OBS while I'm streaming? I mean, I might be able to do it just from YouTube. Yeah, thumbnail, change. Boom. Okay. I just want to feel liberated. Hashtag Pokemon Legends ZA. Hashtag Pokemon ZA. Hashtag PLZA. And, yeah. Alright, so yeah, I don't have the game yet. It's supposed to come tomorrow. I'm getting it through Walmart, and it, whatchamacallit. My order currently says it is preparing. So it was processing for the past 2 weeks, and now it finally is preparing. So it should ship and arrive tomorrow. Am I skeptical of that? Yes. But there's nothing that I can really do about it. I think I want to do that more with my camera. Yeah. So, that said, I have thought a lot about my team. And this is a spreadsheet I have of all of my other teams that I have in like my canon teams across all regions, which I'm really proud of. You can find a more like in-depth synopsis on these teams and stuff in the This Trainer's Journey playlist I have, where I kind of do like a Pokemon narrative adventure between me and all my friends. And so I am debating about what I want to do here. So I think what I want to do is to start from the beginning, okay? So I'll keep this stuff, but let's make a duplicate of this and stream. That's what we're going to call this one, okay? So this is going to be our final. This Kalos ZA is going to be our final. Stream is what we're actually going to use. Okay, well actually, hold on. Let's bring back... Yeah, let's bring everything back first, and now let's duplicate. Duplicate, rename, stream. Okay. So the game is out, so I don't currently have any issues with showing you guys like the leaked stuff because everything is technically official now. Okay. So if you don't want spoilers, don't be on stream. But we're gonna talk about them. Okay. Actually, I might need them over on the right monitor, and then have my screen on the left. So let's start with this. Okay. So here's my rules for team building. One is I need to pick a starter, right? Like that's just a no-brainer. Okay. So between the three of them, between Meganium, Embor, and for Alligator, I like Embor the most. I kind of dislike all three of them, but Embor is the one that's the most passable. I like the idea behind for Alligator a lot, but I just feel like it's not the greatest execution, specifically when the jaw is open. Like, when it's closed, it looks great. It looks like Totodile, and that's cool. This is cool. I like this a lot. But when it's open, I mean, like, this looks plastic. This looks flimsy. It needs to either always be down, or there needs to be an underbite part of it that, like, completely holds his head. It needed to look like this. This would have been great. Do something more with the arms and the body, but for the head, this is perfect. That's arguably what the head should have been, right? This is just, it's just, So, we're running Embor, and his name shall be Gilgamesh. Okay. The other rule is that I exclusively want to use Pokemon that I haven't used on my canon teams before, okay? And so these boxes up here on top are my canon teams, okay? So I can't use any of these on my main team. I can't use Chestnut, I can't use Talonflame, I can't use any of these, right? These Pokemon that are in my PC reserves down here, I can use. I'm totally fine with using, right? So these three I can use, okay? So for Hoenn, I can't use any of these, but I can use these. For Kanto, I can't use those, but I can use these. For Sinnoh, I can use these, but I cannot use these. For Unova, I can use these, but I cannot use these. Or sorry, flip. I can use these. Johto, I can use these. Alola, I can use these. Galar, I can use these two. Hisui, I can use these two. Paldea, I can use these. And then, yeah, disregard this one. Okay. So that said, there are noticeably some Pokemon in my reserves that are usable. Okay. So, first off is Proteus, which is my shiny Greninja from X and Y. Okay. So there's that. Then none of these got Megas. None of these got Megas. And none of those got Megas. Well, I guess I could run Lucario. I can run, technically speaking, I could run this Lucario. Okay. And I can technically also run the Blaziken. Although I don't think the Hoenn starters are in the game yet. I think that was in the leaks. So I can use one of those two. I can use Excadrill. Unova, what else? I don't think any of these. Nope. Johto, I can use Heracross, because Mega Heracross is a thing. Johto, Alola, I can't use any of those. I can't use those two. Can't use those two. Whatever. The other rule is that I want to make a team of Pokemon that solely can Mega Evolve, right? I want to be able to have Mega Evolvable Pokemon at all times. So that's what I want my team to be, okay? So these are my reserves from other excluding the Blaziken, right, which I don't really want to use. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I'll carry it over, just in case. I know it's not in the game yet. I know it's not in the game yet. But technically speaking, I can use that. Okay. So then down here is a collection of all the new and pre-existing megas that I like, right? So the problem with the Pikachus is that they're obviously not out yet, okay? And I don't want to use the Totodile because I have the Gilgamesh. The other ones that are actually not here are here, and it's these two and Hawlucha. Okay. So these are like the first 4 megas that I really like, right? Well, actually, I kind of don't care for Imbor. I like Dragonite a lot, I like Scrafty a lot, and I like Hawlucha. So this is my dilemma. Is fighting type, fighting type, fighting type, flying type, flying type. I hate this. I hate the team overlap, okay? I hate the team overlap in the first place. In the second place, I just don't like the color coordination here, right? Everything is either orange or red, and I'm not a fan of that. Now, sometimes my teams have overlapping colors, like Hoenn is notoriously green and white, right? Green, white, white and green, white, and then white, okay? Kanto, this looks like it has some, like, brown overlap, but for the most part, it's pretty color diverse. My chat. Oh, hey, Dean. Oh, hey, haha. Thanks. Yes, colors, and I do want all my Pokemon to Mega Evolve. LOL, my bad. In my defense, my stream is on this side, and what I'm looking at is over here on this side. But anyways. Yeah, dude, I love the red. Crimson Jake. It's in the name. I have to do it. Love it. Then Sinnoh is pretty colorful, right? I got some blues and reds. Unova is pretty colorful. Johto is mostly like yellow and white. Like there's white here, yellow, white, yellow. Umbreon sticks out, but that's okay. Alola has some white commonalities. Decidueye, Lycanroc, Salazzle, Guzma. And then a little bit of Raichu. But other than the white being the dominant color, the accent colors are pretty diverse. And then my Galar teams are pretty dark colored. Like Corviknight, Orbeetle, Toxtricity, and Spyro. And then arguably Shiny Grimmsnarl and Cinderace go together. Caesar and that Grimmsnarl go together. And then there's that one. My Paldea team I really like. The colors I feel like are pretty good there. So anyways, all that said, let me zoom out. I don't like how orange this team is. We still get regular items besides Mega Stones. Yes, there are regular items in the game, like Pokeballs and potions and stuff like that too. There's also... okay, so like some Pokemon need to like trade to evolve, like Gengar and Machamp, for example. In Legends Arceus, they made it so you don't have to do that. There's an item called the Link Cable that you can use to evolve those Pokemon that need like trade evolutions. They removed it for ZA. So you have to, if you want to evolve a Gengar, you have to trade it again, which is kind of weird that they would go back on that. But anyways, so as far as my team composition goes, I just don't like... I like these Pokemon, I just don't like their colors. So part of me is like, okay, well maybe I can use like their shinies, right? Shiny Mega Dragonite looks pretty good. It's like the blue, like Dratini and Dragonair. But regular Dragonite is that ugly green. Mint having held items. You don't mind giving up all other held items so 6 can Mega Evolve. Yeah, for the purpose of this game, I don't. Like, it's just for fun, you know? Because with it being like a real-time action game instead of turn-based, I'm more fine with just everything having the ability to Mega Evolve. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, I see what you meant about your question with regular items. I don't know if regular held items are a thing. Like Everstones and Flame Orbs and stuff like that. That I don't know. Because, like, I wonder if Mega Stones act as key items now, where Pokemon don't actually have to hold them. They're just in your bag. I'm not sure. So, but yeah, part of me is like, I don't like how orange everything here looks, right, for this team. So then I can, like, think about their shinies. So I have their shinies pulled up. Let me get them for you. At least I think I have it. Maybe this one doesn't have a shiny. Okay, Emboar's is like blue fire. It's just like its regular shiny. Where are the other ones? Dragonite. Okay, this is Dragonite shiny. It's this like nice baby sky blue. Oops, hold on. There. Here's Dragonite shiny. So I like it, right? It's not bad, but it's also going to be that ugly green more often than not. And that I'm not a fan of, right? So Scrafty shiny isn't bad. It's like this purple hood, which is pretty cool. Let's look up what regular shiny Scrafty looks like. Oh, it's this. It's like this green thing. I'm not crazy about the green. Even though going from green to purple is kind of cool, I'm not crazy about it. So, who else is on the team? Hawlucha. Hawlucha's shiny doesn't show up. I think I saw that it was like black and gold. Ironic that Crimson Jake doesn't like the stream being orange and reddish for full red team. Yeah, it is ironic. Everything is just so orange and red. So, I do think shiny Mega Hawlucha... There are some shinies that look cool. There's a good amount of them. I think this is it. Or maybe that's fan art. I don't think they did this. I don't think they went the full original... Actually, you know what? I have the... Give me 1 second. I have the shiny Dex. I have a picture of it somewhere. Bap-boop, bap-doop, dap-boop-da-gap. Shiny Dex. Here we go. Open in browser. What Pokemon was I looking for? Hawlucha. So it should be down here. Probably. There's Dragalge. Where is Hawlucha? Here it is. So it looks red and gold and black, which I do like. I'm just not a big fan of the purple. It looks like it has a little bit of purple in its wings. Okay, so it might be more similar to this. Yeah, which I'm not super crazy about. I don't hate it, but it's also not my thing, right? So none of their shinies I'm really crazy about, right? So it's not like I can just shift up their colors. So then that basically makes it to where I need to just change my team members. Not only because of the colors, but just their types overlaps way too much. Fighting, 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 flying, flying, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I like Dragonite. Dragonite's staying. I really like Dragonite's Mega. And between these other three, in all honesty, I'm most drawn towards Scrafty. Hawlucha's cool. Don't get me wrong. Hawlucha's cool. I'm just not crazy about it. So, like, I might put Hawlucha in my, like, rotations instead. And then there's Emboar, who, again, I'm just not really crazy about. I'm just not. So, I had the idea of, for lore reasons, dropping my Embor and instead using my shiny Greninja as my starter. And already, just by doing that, I like the colors a lot more. And my typings are better. Water Dark, Dark Fighting. Hold on, my headset just died. Oh wait, I was wearing my headset backwards. That's hilarious. Alright, there we go. Water Dark, Dark Fighting, Dragon Flying. So I have Dark overlap, but that's okay. We still have 3 other slots to make up for it. Okay? So, I like this. I like this a lot more. Boom. Boom. Okay. And now I have the rest of these megas to work with. I primarily want to use the new megas, the ones that I like, and these are the rest of the new ones that I like, right? Actually, I don't really like Pyroar, but I was still gonna get it. And then I could get Raichu, but Raichu's mega doesn't come out until probably like February. And I also don't really care for Alligator, but I'm just having it just to have it. Okay. And then, I mean, Delphox's Mega Stone isn't available yet, so really I'm working with Scolipede, Electros, Chandelure, and Phalanx, as far as the new ones go. Right? Phalanx is fighting type, so it overlaps with Scrafty, and I already have one overlap with Scrafty. I don't really want another one. Okay. I have Electros, but if I'm wanting to run an electric type, I would rather run Pikachu, or Raichu. So then that leaves Chandelure, who is a fire ghost type, which I like the typing, I just don't really want to use it. I'm just not crazy about using it. I haven't mentioned Skarmory or Frostlass yet. They are here, though. They're not mons that I was, like, super stoked about. The Frostlass design, I do like. I like it a lot. It looks a little bit less like a Mega Evolution and more like a Gigantamax, which doesn't bother me. I like them. I like it for either. It's just not a mon I would use. And then Skarmory is a little strange. Skarmory, it just looks gold and with big feet. That's really all it kind of looks like to me. And shiny Mega Skarmory just looks like regular Skarmory. So, I'm not crazy about using either of them. Out of all of the new ones, these were the ones that I was most kind of like looking forward to. So, well, actually, is that true? Let me pull them back up. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I do have Mega Excadrill here, so I can... Let me take this image real quick. Copy image. Oh, it just didn't copy. Boom. Okay, whatever. Sometimes Google Sheets be weird. That is neither. Hold on. It's going to tell me that I don't have access. Yeah, that's fine. Boop. Oh no, you guys can see my school account. Alright. Back to Excadrill. Copy image. Yeah, there we go. Got it. So, anyways, I don't like Chandelure for a Fire Ghost type for my team. I'm just not crazy about it. I like Excadrill as a Pokemon. Its design, I still need to be convinced by, because it basically is just Excadrill, but bigger. And this is weird. It looks like that they gave him, like, thumb indentions. Do you see this? I don't really get why they gave him, like, thumb indentions. He's never had thumbs before. His arms have just always been claws or whatever. So, like, these weird, like, indentions are so weird. And then he almost looks too long. Like, he looks almost uncomfortably long. Like, brother has to, like, have some real power in those legs to, like, jump in the air in order to dig. Pierce the heavens. But I'm not opposed to it. And then he's orange. I kind of want to see what shiny... I have the shiny deck still, right? Yeah. Alright, what does shiny Mega Excadrill look like? Oh, it's like that weird maroon thing. I'm not crazy about that either. It's like a mitten. Yeah, uh-huh. Yes, it is. Yeah. It's just weird. It's just weird. So, and then I'm back to my orange issue. I've got orange, orange, and orange. So it's like, okay. And then like if I eventually want to use one of these Pikachus, more orange, bro. So I think I am gonna put the Greninja there. I do think Greninja is gonna be my starter, and I do think I am gonna run Scrafty Dragonite. I don't think Lucario is gonna be in my reserves. I just don't think I'm gonna consider using it. Same with Blaziken. So that leaves me with Hawlucha and Heracross. And even Mega Heracross, I'm not crazy about. Haven't been keeping up with news. How does getting different starters work? Can you even, or do you just get one ZA starter, one Kalos starter? So the Kalos starters, to my knowledge, are available in the wild. You can catch them, kind of for freebies. The Kalos starters, so Chespin, Delphox, Greninja. The ZA starters, you get your one, and then that's it. But supposedly in the post game, you can catch the other two. So if you pick Tepig, once you beat the game, you can go back and you can catch Totodile and Chikorita. And then the Kanto starters, there's a quest in the game where it seems like you can pick one Kanto starter. Or maybe you can catch the others in the wild. I know that they are available in the wild zones. I just don't know if they become available post-game. But there is a mission where you get one of them. And then the Hoenn starters are in the game's code, but they're not available in the game yet. So once Pokemon Home Access gets updated, they will probably be available then, or when DLC happens. But anyways, like Mega Heracross, I'm just not crazy about either. Like it just, I'm just not crazy about it. But it's technically an option. I don't even want to say that. I feel like it's not an option. I just don't like it. In XY, they also gave you one of the Kanto starters. That is true. Yep. Yeah. Like, you got to get at least one fairy on my team in the spirit of X and Y. Yeah. I mean, there's just... I kind of wish the Dragonite was Dragon Fairy. It has that fairy-ness to it, almost similar to, like, Altaria. Especially since he's supposed to be, like, a version of Hermes. Like, the Dragonite lore is supposed to be, like, a messenger. Similar to Hermes. I think it's Hermes. But, like, none of the other Megas are fairy. With the sole exception of Clefairy. And, well, actually, Meganium. And then Floette, but I'm not counting Floette because it's a legendary. So I also always think that, I know that Delphox's whole thing is that it's a witch, but I always think Delphox should have been Fire Fairy. I mean, Fairy was introduced the same generation. It would have still completed the triad, because, like, Greninja's Dark type beats Delphox's Psychic. The Psychic beats the Fighting. The same thing, actually, well, no, the same thing would not have been true if Delphox was Fairy, because then it would have had super effectiveness over both other starters. Could get Meganium instead of Imbor. No. 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 That's not happening. I don't think there's anything wrong with the Mega. The Mega is definitely good, and it's what Meganium needed. But it just isn't enough for me, personally. So, yeah, I'm just kind of ditching my ZA starter, which is kind of sad. I will actually keep Imbort in my reserves. He will stay here. Why is this not working? Refresh. And then why is it wanting me to do that? Just type in, hold on. Jakes. I don't understand why it's wanting me to log in with my school account. It's never done that before. Whatever, bro. Stream. Oh, wait. Oh, I guess I got rid of it. Never mind. Yeah, here, copy image, here, there. So Mega Imbor can be in my reserves. But back to what we were saying about fairy types. There's Clefairy and Meganium, or Clefable. And I don't mind Clefable. I actually, it's kind of cute and derpy. What's a shiny? Aww, its colors become more pink and yellow. And its ears change color. That's cute. I don't hate it. I'm not opposed. Still not one I would necessarily use, though. So, this is where this puts us. I'm not going to use Feraligatr. I'm not going to use Pyroar. I am fine with using Raichu. It just won't be available for a while. If I use Raichu, then I'm not going to use Electros. I'm not going to use Phalanx because I already have a fighting type. Delphox Megastone doesn't even come out yet. I don't really care for Chandelure. So out of these new Megas, the only one here that's decently okay for me to use is Scolipede. You know what? Actually, I kind of like this comp. I kind of like this comp more than I thought I would. Do we know what the shiny Scolipede looks like? Ooh, oh. So that's regular. And that's shiny. So its body becomes more red, and its armor becomes more gray or black, and the pink highlights become neon green. And the neon green lighting becomes purple. Ooh. Ooh. This could be 50-50. This is tough. So this is regular Scolipede. Its eyes are green. Can I get shiny? And then this one's eyes are... I guess its eyes are still green, but its pupils are purple instead. I kind of like the shiny one more, maybe. I don't know. I like Scolipede. Scolipede might be a team member. Shiny actually looks cool. Yeah. I mean, Shiny Greninja I have on my team. Shiny Mega Greninja. And it's just black Greninja, you know? Greninja looked cool either way, though. So... Shiny Mega Greninja. Actually, you know what? It might be on the... might be here. Greninja Shiny. Oh no, it's not. It's not here. I mean, and the regular one isn't bad either. The regular one becomes black. The only difference between the two, in all honesty, I'm just gonna merge this together, is the tongue becomes blue, and the tongue becomes red. And I think these pale parts of the body become black as well. But yeah. So I like Scolipede. So out of these 4 Pokemon, right, one of them was a reserve from a previous game. And that's fine with me. And then 3 of them are brand spanking new. So here's my thought. I have my rotating Mons over here. I'm not actually going to use Heracross. I do actually want to have my Chestnut from X and Y in my reserves. Because I do love Chestnut. Chestnut is my preferred Kalos starter. Just, I didn't want to use it because it was a part of my main team in the original. So I'm using Greninja because it's different. Does typing matter as much with this new combat? Because Scolipede's typing is kind of ass. Actually, Poison and Bug has a good amount of resistances. Like, Poison being weak to Psychic and Ground. I think Bug resists Psychic. And it might resist Ground too, maybe? Scolipede. Yeah. So its weaknesses are Fire, Rock, Flying. Oh, okay. So it resists Ground, but not Psychic. So, honestly, that's not bad. Scolipede is insane, because it has Speed Boost, and it can just kind of steamroll. Especially Swarm is like Blaze, but for bug moves, so if it does take damage, it will get stronger. And then Poison Point, obviously, is nice, because it poisons the opponents. Scolipede is not bad. Typing, I think, does still matter in this game, somewhat. Even though it's live combat and not turn-based. Because, like, you'll still take damage. So, and then there's damage modifiers based on typing and stuff, as you would assume. So, okay. 4 new Pokemon, I like. I like this team. I like this team. So, for the other 2, I can reserve a spot for my Raichu, if I wanted, right? But let's just say I didn't. Let's say I'm not assuming I'm using Raichu. I could use some of the older Pokemon. Because I already have Mega Blastoise from X and Y, and I have Charizard Mega for my Kanto team. So I could run Venusaur to complete my Kanto starter trio. Wait. Okay, here we go. I could run Venusaur. Color-wise, I don't hate it either. The only thing with it is that, A, it's a poison type, so it overlaps with Scolipede, and it's going to have a couple of the same weaknesses, Fire, Flying, and Psychic. It's also, well, it's not the only thing weak to Flying. Hawlucha is also weak to Flying. Hawlucha does have an immunity to Psychic, though. Shiny Mega Gallade, I'm not opposed to either. It is another fighting type, but it's also Psychic. Then I'm kind of not wanting to use Salamence. I would kind of be willing to use one of these 3. Kangaskhan, Kangaskhan, whatever, Gyarados, or Absol. Absol is a dark type, so that overlaps with both Scrafty and Greninja. Gyarados is flying water, which overlaps with these two, and its Mega is actually Water Dark, so that overlaps with Greninja. So really, out of the pre-existing Megas, aside from Venusaur and Swampert, but I'm not going to run Swampert because I have Greninja, Kangaskhan makes the most sense. Dean, you're saying that you would like using Excadrill? Yeah, I'm not opposed to it either. I mean, the ground steel typing is pretty good, especially with some of the weaknesses that I have to flying. Earlier, I also have a weakness to Fairy here. I have 3 weaknesses to Fairy with that Scolipede checks. Excadrill would as well. So I don't hate this. And then what I could do, I like these first 4 a lot. And then the Kangaskhan and the Excadrill, I could be rotating in and out with these other mons over here. I do like the idea of Gallade Raichu, though. I do like the idea of Gallade Raichu. How does this look? That looks kind of good. I like them both. I really do like them both. Okay, so here's what I think I'm going to do. I think, since I'm definitely not using it, I'm going to get rid of Feraligatr and Swampert in my PC reserves. So the Raichus are DLC Pokemon, so they already announced DLC for the game, and I think it's going to come out closer to February. And those Mega Stones are in that DLC. That's all it is. As for why they're holding him off, incentive to buy the DLC, I guess. You know? So, we'll do this. Excadrill, Raichu. I mean, at this point, I just have like 2 separate teams. Right? Yeah, they did announce the DLC early. I guess if Gen 10 is next year, they'd probably want it all announced before Pokemon Day. Correct, yeah. So what Pokemon Day is probably going to look like is Gen 10 announcement and reveal, of course. And then, well, actually, we'll probably just get like a teaser with the starters for Gen 10, and then probably like getting to know the region and the box legendaries. Like, that's probably all we're going to get to know is the starters, the name of the region, what it's based off of, and the box legendaries is probably it. I mean, and the names, of course. I imagine Pokemon Day will have more to do with this. Excuse me. With ZA updates and the DLC. Now, the DLC does look really cool because it's called Mega Dimensions, specifically plural, and then we have Raichu X and Y. So, feasibly speaking, every Pokemon... I mean, this is an assumption. Every Pokemon that is connected to the DLC is going to have 2 Mega forms, an X form and a Y form. And according to some of the leaks, some of these Megas are older Pokemon that we've already had Megas for, like Absol, Garchomp, and Lucario. So they are probably getting new Megas. So this is probably like Mega Absol Y, and then we're going to get a Mega Absol X, and then same for Lucario and Garchomp, which I like. I think that'll be cool. And then we're also getting a handful of new Megas for other leaks and stuff as well. Region Theory. So there was a bunch of rumors going around last year about Greece, and I specifically would have really loved that. I love philosophy stuff, and obviously philosophy really originates from Greece, if not from like India or something, but like Eastern philosophy from India. But your Western philosophy comes from Greece. So I would have loved Greece. I feel like that it would have been really cool. But current leaks are saying that it is like not the Philippines, like Southeast Asia, where there's like a bunch of islands and stuff, which I think is cool too. But I guess we'll just kind of see. It's supposed to be like Pokemon Wind and Wave. That's kind of the theory of the dichotomy between the two games, like Red and Blue, Black and White, X and Y, Wind and Waves. So island stuff makes sense. And I think you could have done that with Greece, but well, actually no. Greece is inland. Greece is not. Is Greece on a border? Okay, no, Greece is on a border, or at least it has access to. Okay, yeah. It's huge, surrounded by water. Okay, cool. I didn't realize how. I thought it could have been like more north. I thought it could have been more north. I didn't realize that it was actually on the water. But yeah, so they actually. It looks like the leaks. Oh, I just went around the world, didn't I? It looks like the leaks are supposed to be these islands, like Indonesia, the Philippines, and so on. Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Taiwan, Papua New Guinea? I'm not sure. But this is supposedly what the this region here is what Gen 10 is supposed to be based off of. If you think about it, ever since they left Japan, all regions have either been USA or Western Europe. Yep, that's true. That is true. So I kind of would like them to explore like a more wide array of biomes. Like Unova is interesting because it's New York, but I think it's supposed to be like this part of New York specifically, like between Elizabeth and Brooklyn, and then have like Bayonne or however you pronounce it in the middle, or like I guess where Jersey City is. But I mean, you have the Appalachians, you have I mean as in America as a whole, not just the United States, but you have Mexico, you have Canada, of course, you have the entire like mountain area. You have Arizona, like flatlands, desert kind of thing. I just kind of would like more biomes, or like, because that's kind of what like Ore, like the region Ore is from Pokemon Coliseum, is more like mountain range biome kind of stuff. Africa would be cool. I really would like to see China, like a China Pokemon. A lot of people thought that's what Gen 9 was going to be, was Chinese. But yeah, so supposedly Gen 10 is supposed to be these islands here. Indonesia, Philippines, Singapore. Want a Wild West region from California to Texas and northern Mexico. I completely agree, dude. I would love that so much. I would love it. Have like a fire rattler snake starter. Maybe like a grass type bull, and then I don't know what you would do for water. Maybe the water one could be the snake. Yeah, I don't know, but still cool. Back to team building. So, I mean, let's be real. I'm not going to use Emboar on my team, and as much as I love Chesnaught, he's not actually going to be on my rotation. Just because I already used him in a prior team. So really, this is what I'm working with. I really do love this. These four. I didn't realize how cool that they looked together. So I can remove Raichu, Kangaskhan, and Kaiba. And then let's go ahead and give all these guys names. Proteus, Crow, Icarus, Rolius, Lucha, Kanga, and Rue, Toph. This one is Toe, and Kaiba. The reason why I wanted to name the two Raichus, Sock and Toe, is because A, it's a joke, Sock and Toe, but also Socrates and Plato. I really like. That's not bad, especially if you consider Raichu won't come out till later. Core 4 and the last two swap out between 4. Well, I guess it's 5, but yeah. This is Conrad. This is Gilgamesh. Dante, Sock, Conrad, Gilgamesh, Voltaire, Shiki, Merlee, Trojans. I'm not using Swamperts. Kanga and Rue got promoted. That's probably it. 5 with Raichu, but that wouldn't come. Oh yeah, if I have Raichu as my main, have like Raichu, promote Raichu. So like I'll still have him on the team, basically. He just obviously won't Mega Evolve. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just like visually see what this looks like. Palucha. Not bad. Kangaskhan. Not bad. Oop. Toph. Not bad. I feel like all these look pretty okay. Yeah. I like them. I like them. I do kind of wish that Legends ZA gave us new Pokemon, right? And, like, I know that that's how, like, they're viewing Megas, but, like, Hisui gave us evolutions and, like, new forms with new types. So, like, we got Basculegion, we got Hisuian Zoroark, Hisuian Arcanine, and then Ursaluna. So, like, I was still able to do something with my Arceus team. And this team feels very much like, oh, I am using older Pokemon. Whereas it didn't really feel this way when I did this. It felt more, I guess, organic. But maybe that's because I'm sitting here streaming, plotting my team. You know what I mean? So... yeah. I don't know how to, like, move stuff in Google Sheets, so I just have to copy and paste everything all the time. Copy. And then we'll move Venusaur up here. I guess we'll move Salamence as well. The Venusaur, I think I was just going to name Soar. I don't know, actually. What is the... This is how I name my Pokemon, by the way. Gift or Gift of God. You know what? I'm naming it Dora. They just got so many variants now. Region forms, variants, new evolutions, megas, split evos, convergent evolutions. I think they just want to focus on one per new game. Yeah, I agree. And that's fine. It's just, yeah. At least during team building, I feel like I am making a team of older Pokemon rather than like, oh yeah, these are my new Pokemon. You know what I mean? A little bit. But that's probably just because I'm being like too methodical about it. I'm like 20% sure it's a me thing. Sorry, not 20. Like 90. This Pidgeot, I was kind of going back and forth on naming it either Blue or Sky. I thought about naming it Blue because of just Gary and Blue, right? But then I also thought about naming it Sky because, you know, it's a bird. And I like them both. Oh, I could name it Ari after, like, Jaden Animations, her bird. I kind of like that. I kind of like these names. I kind of like this team. I do like this team. And then I kind of rotate one of these. I feel like Gallade and Excadrill are probably going to be two of the ones I rotate with. Over Kanga and Lucha. I do like running Raichu, though. I do like the Raichu. So yeah. Okay. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. Is Mega Kanga still OP, or did they ever fix that? So they did fix it, because originally in X and Y, Mega Kangaskhan was busted because the move Parental Bond allowed you to attack twice, but the second hit did 50% damage, right? So it's like, boom, I'm going to hit you for full power, and then boom, I'm going to hit you again for 50. So if your first attack deals 50% of damage, then your second attack was going to deal 25% of damage. So in total, one attack does 75% of damage. So that was busted. So that was in the original X and Y. So what they did to fix it in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is they nerfed it so Parental Bond only deals 25 damage, or 25% of damage. So if your first move did 50, then your... What's 25% of 50? 10? Okay, yeah. So if your first move did 50% of damage, then your second move will deal 10% of damage, or 12.5, sure. Is it 12.5? Oh yeah, I guess it is 12.5. Oh yeah, a quarter. Yeah, a quarter. I was thinking fifths. Yep. 12.5. So, yeah. So that's what they did to fix it. But it was still kind of OP because Kangaskhan has the access to two moves. One of them being Fake Out, which always goes first and flinches the opponent, but it can only be used on the first turn. So you stop the opponent from moving, and then you hit them twice. So Fake Out is really good with Parental Bond. But then also Power Up Punch, which is a move where after it hits, your attack stat goes up. So if you attack for 50%, right, and then you gain a boost, your second hit, that is 12.5, actually it becomes 50% stronger. So what's half of 12.5? That's 6.25. So it becomes 18.75. So your 12.5 hit now becomes an 18.5, and then when this hits, you get another stage. So now you're 2 up. So if you use Power Up Punch again, it will do, if that did 50%, then it already goes up to 25. So your Power Up Punch then becomes, on your second turn, becomes 75%. Within 2 turns, you gain a 25% boost, which is wild, right? So in other words, yes, Kangaskhan is still busted. It hasn't seen a whole lot of play, though, for a handful of reasons. Actually, I want to say it might be in... Well, okay, so first of all, it's only available in the NatDex format, which is technically an unofficial format, right? It's only available in NatDex doubles. Wait a minute, it has Scrappy? Wait, what? I thought it had Parental Bond. Oh, regular has Scrappy. Okay. Dude, Scrappy is busted. When did it get scrappy? Has it? It has not always had scrappy. Early bird. It got scrappy in Diamond and Pearl? That's wild. Dude, that means Power Up Punch and Seismic Toss, anything else can hit ghost types. That's crazy. And then, so you have Scrappy as your base ability, and then you Parental Bond. That's so wild. And it already has a huge attack stat. And its speed is pretty good too. It has 100 base speed. Oh my god. Yeah, this thing is busted. This thing is so crazy. But anyways, so the reason why it hasn't really seen a whole lot of use, to my knowledge, is because A, it's only available in Nat Dex doubles, and there's just better mods to use in Nat Dex doubles. The other thing, well, I mean, no, that's basically it, is there's just better mods to use, and there's ways to out it now, especially because it loses Scrappy when it Mega Evolves. So, like, in Nat Dex doubles, this is a 6-on-6. This is a 6-on-6 format. So most people are able to bring more Pokemon to them, and because you're able to bring more Pokemon, you're able to bring more Pokemon that have immunities. So, like, you bring an extra Ghost type or whatever else. So, yeah, there's just too many counters for Mega Kangaskhan now. If left unchecked, it's a bogus Pokemon that can just steamroll really, really, really quickly. But yeah. The other thing is that in Legend CA, yes, you asked. How will Parental Bond work in ZA? So ZA does not have abilities. So there is no Parental Bond in ZA. That is, like, the biggest downside of ZA. Yeah, no abilities. So, what that basically means is that these stats is all you really have to work with in ZA. Because your speed basically refers to, like, how fast your moves cool down. And then special attack, everything else works the same. But speed is just based on, like, your movement cooldown. So, I mean, well, like, let's look at this. Greninja has a base 142 speed, right? What are some of the other... We don't know these. Do we know your stats? Are your stats on here? No. Are yours? So, it's faster than Victory Bell. It's a little slower than Starmie. It's the same speed as Dragonite. It's faster than Meganium. It's faster than Feraligatr. Like, this is why Feraligatr just sucks too. Like, what do you mean your speed is below 80? Like, that's crazy. Sure, 160 attack stat. But I don't know, bro. It's barely slower than Skarmory. A little bit slower than Frostlass. We don't know that one. We don't know that one. Faster than Emboar. It's barely slower than Excadrill. It's faster than Scrafty. It's technically faster than Scolipede, but Scolipede has speed boost. Well, I guess Scolipede doesn't have speed boost in Legend CA. So... But, I mean, 100 base speed is nothing to scoff at. Like, we're seeing that it's obviously faster than most of these Megas. Oh my god, he's slow as hell. Oh, that's a huge speed buff for Delphox. That's crazy. That's almost as fast as Greninja. That is insane. About to go hard in Champions, though. Really excited for that. Always wanted to try competitive, but I felt the barrier of entry was too much work, and competitive was always growing exponentially. The game is going to blow up. Yeah, I agree. Champions is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, there is always Pokemon Showdown, which I use a lot just to, like, play and screw around with. And honestly, like, with this team, I probably am going to use them in Showdown, even though I know the gameplay is different from ZA. I probably still will make a team for this. Because, like, the goal eventually with my team in ZA... Yeah, correct. Champions is just official Showdown. So, yeah, I think I will make this team on Showdown. That'll probably be what I do next here in a couple minutes. But 100 base speed, dude, that's crazy. Anyways, yeah, this is crazy. This stat spread is great. I mean, obviously its HP is kind of trash, but it's specially bulky. It hits like a truck, and it's fast as hell. What does Magician do again? Magician is an ability, steals the held item of a Pokemon it hits with a move. So, what does it mean by steal, though? Like, does it take it and continue holding it? Because if you're holding a Mega Stone, you can't do that. Yeah. I mean, Mega Greninja is the same exact thing as Delphox. The only difference is that it trades its special defense bulk with physical attack. That's kind of it. Yeah. Pyroar is pretty fast. That's kind of insane. I wasn't expecting that. And its special attack isn't bad either. And then its other stats are moderate. I just hate its design, bro. I know that it's supposed to be like... I think it's supposed to be the kanji for fire. Which makes sense. But I just... Yeah. Not crazy about it. Remind me again, does it work with home, or is that not coming out till later? Yeah, home accessibility is not a thing yet. It comes out later. Eternal Mega Floette isn't bad either. Malamar, this is pretty bad. This is actually pretty bad. Because it doesn't have anything it excels at. It's just a kind of balanced Demon, and its speed is really bad. It's specially bulky for some reason. And without the ability Contrary, because there's no abilities, it just really doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's kind of... eh. Barbarical... not being specially defensive. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's got 100 base special defense. That's not bad. It's definitely a physical based mon. This could use either more HP or more speed. Or actually, no, more HP or more special defense. Just a little more bulk in one of those areas, and it would be fine. Dragalge, huge special defense. That's insane. And then special attacks, not bad. But then, yeah, the higher up you go, the worse off it gets, aside from its speed. Hawlucha, pretty high physical attack, pretty good speed, too. That's not bad. Zygarde, huge... Oh my god, that is insane. Crazy. Drampa, high special attack, low speed. Okay. Zeraora, we'll see later. Phalanx. Oh, this is pretty good. He's got moderate speed and good physical bulk. Phalanx is not bad. Mega Phalanx for the win. I kind of like Phalanx. So, but anyways, yeah, I like this team. And then, yeah. So I cut for Alligator and, what was the other mana I cut? Oh, Embor. Oh, wait, no, Embor's here. So, okay, well, I guess we can move to Pokemon Showdown and start building. I mean, I know that, like, obviously they're gonna... Oh, wait, I already have it open. LOL. This was my ZA team. Let's start again. ZA. So let's make... Is this a box? Did I make a box? I did make a box. Let's make a team. Okay. So Greninja's gonna be my main. Proteus. And that's because its ability is protein. Then Scrafty. Dragonite. Wait, did that say Mega? Did they already add it? Hey! That's so cool. Huh. Okay, well, Dragonite. Who was my last one? Scullipede. Okay. And then we may as well do the Raichu. This is going to be Toe. Does the game come out tonight or tomorrow night? The game technically is out now in America and everywhere else. I am just waiting on... I bought the Switch 2, and so I'm waiting on the bundle to come in, because I got the game digitally. I have my Switch 1, but without me having the game code, I can't attach it on my account. Otherwise, I feasibly could play it now. There we go. Rolius, Icarus, Crow. Oh, Scrafty has so many good abilities. Shed Skin's pretty good, but Moxie and Intimidate are both wild. Do I have a capture card? I do, but it's super outdated. Like, it's one of, like, the original Elgatos. It's older than these. It's like the brick. Hold on. You know what? I think I have it in the other room. So I know I did find it. So I found the Elgato. This is it. I put a level like $7 sticker on it. So those are the ports that it has. And then those are the ports on the other side that it has. It worked on the Switch, but I kind of doubt it will work for the Switch 2, in all honesty. I got the one that you put inside your actual PC. You put it in your PC? What are you talking about? Because I assume you don't mean like an emulator. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Do I want static or lightning rod? Raichu. Okay, no. Like in the PC case, it basically looks like a small GPU with the port sticking out of the back of the PC. So you just put the Elgato, like, in your PC case. Okay. Gotcha. Like you just mounted it on there. Okay, cool. Sweet. I want speed boost. Multi-scale. There's so many good abilities, dude. So, we already know that Scrafty has good speed, right? And we want to use its physical attack. And I guess HP. So, I can run... Actually, you know what? So, here's the deal. I could either run a very bulky set, which I like the idea of doing. Maybe even something like this. Because I'm going to be like super weak to fairy, right? So max out my special defense, because most fairy moves are special moves. And then I kind of feel like I go half and half. Like that. On attack and defense, maybe? So, if that's the case, then I want durability. And if I want durability, I want longevity. And if I want longevity, then either Shed Skin or Moxie are the abilities to use. Do I have any priority moves? I have Fake Out. That's good. Because the thing with Moxie is you want fast kills, right? You want to build that up. I don't have Power Up Punch. I wish I did, though. I guess physical moves. Brick Break. A Drain Punch is good. Drain Punch is a good move. I don't understand why he has Outrage. He has Rock Slide, which is really good because it can make the opponent flinch, and it hits both of them. So Rock Slide, Fake Out, Outrage, Drain Punch. With Moxie. Make him like a bulky physical sweeper. I don't know. I kind of want... I don't think I need the HP boost. I think I need the special defense boost. Icarus, I kind of want to build Icarus different than most other Dragonites. Because most other Dragonites will be like Extreme Speed, Dragon Dance, Draco Meteor, Thunderbolt, whatever else. I kind of want a unique moveset on this Dragonite. Matter of fact, Dragonite's physical stat is higher than its special attack stat. So maybe I could use some UU moves. Excuse me. Category, physical. It's supposed to go in the PC like a graphics card. You plug the HDMI into the back. That's so cool. How much was that, Dean? I might actually be interested in that. Oh wait, hold on one second. There we go. I got it the day Tears of the Kingdom came out, looking for the 1080p one, but all they had was the 4K one. It was like $300 when I got it. I guess it's future-proof if I ever want to record 4K. Hey, that's good. 300's not bad. My only thing with that is, like, if I would want to stream stuff like that, then I would either need to move my PC or need to move my gaming stuff. And I kind of don't want to move my gaming stuff. I like the idea of having them, like, out in, like, the living common area rooms.
What's good, man?
Hey. So yeah, I'm
mods to work.
Sweet. My buddy Dean is watching the stream right now.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I could just have a second Switch dock. That's true. I guess I would need a Switch 2 dock. We're talking about live streaming Switch stuff, like how I can get it to work. So I'm also we've been theory crafting my teams for ZA.
Yeah.
And if you want to peep my screen, or my stream, either or, I'm pretty set on the team that you can see. So this is my main team. I'm just not gonna use my ZA starter.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You said you didn't really like any of them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use Greninja, Scrafty, Dragonite, Scolipede, and then I think Raichu. And so those are my 5. And then my like rotating reserves are gonna be Hawlucha, Kangaskhan, Excadrill, Gallade.
Very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
The Chestnut Mega looks so good, bro.
Dude, I really like it. I love it so much.
They did him so much justice, I feel.
Dude, I completely agree. He's always been my favorite of the 3. The only reason I'm not making him my main starter is because I used him in Kalos.
I got you.
So I just didn't want to double up. Keep talking, Hayden.
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to find a mod where I can basically check my progress in the game.
Nice.
So like when I'm doing the 100% thing, I'm not like schizo-pilling, like going to areas I've already been to.
Yeah. So, but anyways, so I'm building my ZA team on Showdown, even though I know that the teams won't be, or that the moves won't be identical because you know the battle system is different. I'm still doing that, yeah. So Water Shuriken, probably Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, and Grass Knot's not bad. Grass Knot's a good coverage move, especially because of Protean. Actually, does he get U-turn? I like U-turn because it resets Protean. I kind of want... I still want like a funky moveset on Dragonite. I want to do something kind of unorthodox with my Dragonite. Because being a dragon type, he has a pretty high moveset. Punch. What about the punch moves?
Oh, let's go. This is good.
Hayden, what punch moves on Dragonite should I run?
Oh, there's a few to choose from.
Fire, Ice, and Thunder. I guess Fire gives me coverage from Ice types. Ice gives me coverage from other dragons.
I'm trying to think, because, like, Ice would be good against other dragons, like you said, because, I mean, if you're going against Ice, like, Dragonite speed's not the greatest, at least, like, compared to other mons.
Dragonite has moderate speed. It's at 80.
Yeah. I guess more so just, like, compared to the rest of its stats.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, it's the lowest one.
So which punch move do you think, then?
I don't know. I feel like Ice, because, like, if you're going against an Ice type, you're probably getting one shot anyway.
Okay.
But, hey, that's just me, though.
Yeah. What else? I kind of like Waterfall. Because Waterfall can flinch. And then type, Dragon. I wish he had a better... Oh no, he's got Dragon Claw. I was gonna say Dragon Rush. 75% accurate. Dragon Claw is a pretty common move that he uses though. Breaking Swipe's pretty good. It lowers the attack stat by 1. Scale Shot hits 2 to 5 times. User becomes -1 defense but +1 speed after hit. That's kind of interesting. So I get a speed boost for hitting, but I also get a defense drop. I don't know. I might make it Dragon Claw. Even though I know that that's a more common move. And then, I don't know. I kind of like Thunder Punch, too. So, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Dragon Claw, Waterfall. Solid. I don't actually know Scullapede's like preferred moveset. Endeavor, Earthquake. Endeavor actually would be good. Endeavor, Poison Jab. Mega Horn. That would also be a good move. And then probably I could run Protect for the speed boost. And then, Hayden, do I want Static Raichu or Lightning Rod Raichu?
A ver. Is this for ZA? Like it's gonna? Is it?
Well,
gonna
there's no abilities in ZA.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. This is just like for Showdown. I do get a special attack boost.
I don't know. I'm like wanting to say Lightning Rod.
I guess it only matters for doubles. I mean, it doesn't actually only matter for doubles, but I tend to play competitive anyways.
I'm trying to not have static. I'm trying to not have static bias from all the Nuzlocks.
Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna get some water real quick.
But
All right. So I'm running the Raichu Y, which if I had to guess is probably going to be a special attacker, and Raichu X is going to be a physical attacker. So means I'm probably going to want to run.
oh my god, that's huge.
What?
It not only tells me what I need to do in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it tells me like what I'm missing, but it tells me like where I have to go and what I have to do.
Nice.
in order to get it. Oh my gosh! Thank God. Thought it
I
was
think
next
I want to
23
use
seconds.
Charge Beam. Because Charge Beam only does 50% damage with 90% accuracy, but there's a 70% chance to raise my special attack. I don't know, that's kind of crap. 50% power, 90% accurate. And then even within that 90%, there's a 70%. Well, actually, 70% is kind of high. That's really high, actually. I think I will run Charge Beam. And then... I guess Volt Switch Discharge. And... I don't really know. What other moves do I have? Fake Out? I have Fake Out. What does Upper Hand do? When Uppers fails unless... Oh, it flinches out priority moves. That would be an interesting check. Because don't I already have Fake Out on Scrafty? I do. And then I also have priority. Nuzzle does have a 100% chance to paralyze. So I could Nuzzle instead of Discharge. And run either Fake Out or... Is Nuzzle physical? Okay, well then Charge Beam's kind of mute point then. If I replace Discharge with something else, because Volt Switch resets my bonuses from Charge Beam. But I like switching out. I like having the pivot option.
Have I not done the 7? Peaceful. Thought I beat that.
Special... I think I'll keep it like that for now. Alright, and even though I am going to give all these guys Mega Stones, for the purpose of playtesting, we will give them items. Probably Life Orb. I don't know. Maybe I Life Orb Greninja. Or I Expert Belt. I think I Expert Belt Greninja. Maybe I Air Balloon Raichu? Or maybe I Life Orb Raichu. No, I Life Orb Moxie? I feel like I should Intimidate. I'm gonna Intimidate. Because the Life Orb already gives me a buff. So then I Air Balloon Raichu. Okay. So then... let's plug and play some other mons here for a second. Hawlucha. Kangaskhan. Excadrill. And Gallade. This is going to be shiny Gallade. Excadrill is female, Kangaskhan is female, Hawlucha is male. Speed is double on Mold Breaker, Scrappy, Sandrush. Actually, well, I don't know. No, Sandrush. And Gallade Sharpness. Yeah. And then you're a physical attacker, so let's look at your physical move. Aqua Cutter. Where are your cutting moves? X Scissor. Psycho Cut. That's good. Leaf Blade. I don't know, like, what are my weaknesses? Dark, Fairy, Flying. Dark, Fairy, and Flying. I guess that's it. Leaf Blade doesn't really check any of those. Neither does Aqua Cutter. So probably close combat. Knock off for item check. Sacred Sword ignores the target's stat changes. That's not bad. Maybe Night Slash? I kind of like knock off for an item check. Fast Physical Sleeper, Sweeper, Galadite, Excadrill, Excadrite. I wonder if that means that they're in the game. Kangaskhanite is Hawlucha's. Hawlucha a Nanite. Wait, does that mean Greninja's is in? Ah, look at that. Okay. Scrafty Knight. Dragonite. Scolopite. Is the Raichu one here? No. Okay, terrible name. Gallade, Excadrill, Kangaskhan, Hawlucha. Okay. Have fun, Dean. I'll see you later. Alright. Hey, Hayden?
Yeah.
Would you want to see if the new megas work on Showdown with me real quick?
Give me 1 second.
Sure. And then, I think I'm probably done streaming too. I feel like I've been streaming for a while. I did it as soon as I got back earlier when you took your shower. So